everyone, it's me, Krista. Welcome back to my channel if you've been here before. If not, welcome for the very first time to Middle Art Corner here on YouTube. Today we are doing some more Inktobers. Today is prompt number 16, which happens to be a rocket. Decided for this one I just wanted to do a fun, goofy, little retro sci-fi looking rocket. Still using my Strathmore watercolor postcards in 4x6, and at this point I am just drawing in a sketch. It's a little lopsided. Oops-a-daisy. It is what it is. After I get my sketch in, I use a Faber-Castell Pitt pen in medium in black in order to get my lining done. I am specifically using this because I know I'm going to be going over it with a variety of inks and markers, and usually these guys hold up to that kind of stuff pretty darn well. Can't believe that we're already halfway through. That's exciting. I feel like once you hit that 2-week mark, you can decide to keep going or give up. This is usually when people get pretty frustrated. So far, I've been moving past any of my frustrations with these projects and just try to keep going. After I get my lining in, I'm deciding to do a dark blue background, and for this, I'm using a Kuretake Cambio Tambien brush pen in number 67, which is Indigo. I like this one because I don't have to squeeze it as often. I did have to do quite a few layers in order to try to get it even, and it still wasn't as even as I would like it to be. I do go over it with a Copic Marker in Ultramarine later, just to help blend it out and also to brighten up the color a little bit. I liked how it looked as soon as it came out of the pen itself for this indigo color, but once it dried, it was just a little too dull for what I was looking for. I did layer up the indigo a couple of times before I bring in that Copic marker. A lot of this is just me dealing with that background and just trying to get it a little less streaky looking. As I said earlier, I decided to do a kind of retro sci-fi rocket. I didn't really explain why though. First of all, you know me. I love movies, typically horror movies, but I also really like older science fiction movies. I used to watch them a lot with my grandma when I was younger, and my parents and I would also watch Mystery Science Theater 3000 when I was younger as well, where they make fun of the older movies. But there is something about the aesthetic that is kind of enjoyable. There's this huge optimism about the future and how technology is gonna look, and we definitely have not hit that in 2020, that is for darn sure. But that style usually has a lot of bright, primary colors in it, so kind of wanted to go with it. Got sick of doing grayscale again, want to play around with some color, and just have some fun. That's what Inktober is about to me. Experimenting, playing around, having fun, trying not to think too hard about each piece, because if you do, you're not going to get them all done, at least in my case. I pull in a red Prismacolor for some of the accent trim on my little rocket, and then I'm using a kneaded eraser to get rid of some of the pencil lines that I no longer want. I then pull in a Marabu sketch marker, one of the ones that we've been using this whole time, in gray to do part of the body. Then I do some cross-hatching and blend out that cross-hatching with a darker gray, also another Marabu one. I'm sensing a theme. I try to have some really dark areas on my rocket next to some really bright areas. I'm trying to simulate a metallic look to most of it. I pull in a black marker just to deepen up those darker sections we have going on. I also pull in a white acrylic paint Sharpie in order to re-pull out some bright whites. If you're going to be doing grays with pop of color, you might want to lay down the grays first and then add the pops of color over that. That's the way I should have done this because I did have some instances of the blue getting pulled into the gray of the rocket and the same thing with the red. I should have reversed the order in which I drew this. I pull in a lighter kind of sky blue color for our little porthole we have going on and for the smoke coming out of the bottom of the rocket ship. Then I pull a little bit of gray over that blue and the smoke, but I decided that I didn't like how that looked, so I just reused the same ultramarine blue that I used to layer over the background on the smoke to give a little bit of shading going on. I also end up pulling in that white Sharpie again, and then a white gel pen for the middle sections just to add a little bit of brightness to that smoke. It almost makes it look a little bit like there's some kind of weird light coming out of it, which I kind of like, and I accidentally did a little bit of a heart shape in part of it, which I'm kind of enjoying. It reminds me a little bit of the Powerpuff Girls for some reason. I then start pulling in my thicker black marker and trying to blend it out with the darker blue a little bit for the smoke. I just wanted it to stand out even more against that dark background, and to differentiate the entire thing even more from that background, I am using a white gel pen and going back over the outline that I've already done. I just think it helps pop it out that much more. And in a little bit, I'm going to use that same gel pen to do some dots in the background and create some stylized little stars going on. I drew some little intersecting lines for some of the stars and then did dots for other ones. It's apparently not a drawing by me unless I just do a bunch of dots, because I wanna. But I continue doing that background with those little stylized stars, and then I adjust some lines as I go. Pretty much just some finishing touches on this drawing here. This was a fun little quick one. Is it perfect? No. Could it have been better? Probably, but that's what these Inktober projects are for, just to get an idea of stuff and have fun. And boy, did I have a lot of fun with this one. I think it ended up looking kind of cute. But with that, this drawing, and therefore this video, is going to be done pretty darn soon here. If you liked it, please hit that like button. If you have any comments, questions, feelings, concerns, or you want to let me know how your Inktober is going, let me know all about that in that comment section down below. I look forward to hearing from you. If you want to see more videos like this, I'm going to be doing an Inktober project for every day of the month of October. So if you want to see more, please feel free to subscribe. As always, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day or night to watch this video and listen to me ramble. I greatly appreciate it. I look forward to hearing from you guys soon, and you will definitely be hearing from me soon. Bye, everybody!